What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 141, and we start today's episode off by once again looking into the Browse job section. Arsenal, City and Athletic Bilbao are the three clubs available at the moment, and again, don't really want to manage another club in England, at least not for the time being. Don't want to go to Spain either, because that's where my club and country series is taking place in, so not the most appealing jobs at the moment, but just to show you, I am looking for jobs. There are some that are available here and there, but for the most part, none of them interest me too much. But what I will say, guys, is that there will be a job offer to consider and on your table in the next few episodes, so that's a guarantee. I promised in the next 2 or 3 episodes you will see a job offer on your table. I personally guarantee it, so there you go. So I won't tell you too much about it, but there is a job offer basically in the pipeline, and you guys will see it in the near future. But still, we do take on Copenhagen for the first game of today's episode. Here is the Danish side come and take us on at the Hawthorns, as we are still manager of West Bromwich Albion, at least for the time being. We are in the Champions League, and of course 2 draws and 1 win after the first half of our Champions League group. Not exactly the best of starts really for the holders of this competition, which are of course us, and the first chance did fall to us, but Di Maria's shot was simply saved by the goalkeeper Anderson. And in the 29th minute here, Andy Carroll's on the ball, fake shots around his man and finds Paco Alcacer. Alcacer down his left hand side, fake shots around his man and keeps on going. Good run by Paco Alcacer, cuts inside and eventually shoots, but it's a good stop by the goalkeeper. However, Angel Di Maria turns the ball in and gets his first goal for the club. So the former Manchester United, Real Madrid, Benfica and Rosario Central, I think was the Argentine club he played for. The former player of those teams anyway gets the goal. It is Di Maria who puts it in, and the shot by Paco Alcacer was saved, but I have to say Di Maria a bit fortunate here. He miskicks the ball, and thankfully for us it just trickles over the line. So got a little bit lucky there as I mistimed the shot, but in the end it doesn't matter. We do indeed take the lead. So West Bromwich Albion 1 at Copenhagen 0. And just past the hour mark here, a great chance to make it 2-0 with a nice piece of passing play. Eventually Jack Wilshere plays the ball inside towards Paco Alcacer. Alcacer then plays it back down his left hand side to Jack Wilshere, and the former Arsenal man takes on Jorgensen, beats him for pace, crosses the ball in. Carroll flicks it up in the air, and Zaha, well, just like Di Maria's goal, in the end all he has to do is basically walk the ball into the back of the net. Zaha's header is well saved by Anderson from point blank range, but as you'll see, he ends up just walking the ball into the net in the end, doesn't even need to shoot, and it just trickles over the line. So West Bromwich Albion 2, Copenhagen 0. Couldn't really see the away side threatening us too much, and in the end, as you can see here, 2-0 up after the hour mark, it was relatively routine. I had to show you the bench there because you couldn't see the substitution in the actual animation, but still West Brom 2, Copenhagen 0. And on the 70th minute mark here, Wilfried Zaha's doing some nice skill down the right hand side. He does get tackled but picks the ball up really quickly, and we take a quick throw in, try and catch out Copenhagen, do so. The cross comes into the box and Paco Alcacer heads the ball just wide of the post. So still West Bromwich Albion 2, Copenhagen 0. And in the 81st minute here, Copenhagen try and come back and get themselves a route back into this game, but as Jorgensen goes for this header here, Yannick Vestergaard doesn't do the best of jobs at clearing it, but eventually it is dealt with. It comes to Andy Carroll. Carroll slides it through towards Paco Alcacer here. Great chance on the one-on-one. Alcacer against the goalkeeper. Can he finish? Yes, he can. The Spaniard gets his second goal in a West Bromwich Albion shirt and makes it West Brom 3, Copenhagen 0. So the game was ours already, to be honest. Copenhagen didn't really do much in this game, to be honest, but in the end, good to put the icing on the cake with our third goal. Paco Alcacer sliding it into the bottom corner and making it West Brom 3, Copenhagen 0. So no way back for the Scandinavian side. In the 86th minute here, as they push way too many bodies forward, it's a 3-on-1 opportunity. Pedro takes his time, slides it through towards his Spanish colleague Paco Alcacer, who rounds the goalkeeper with a fake shot and then dinks the ball into the open goal and makes it 4-0 to West Bromwich Albion. So Alcacer does make it 4-0. Very, very nice finish there after the fake shot, rounding the goalkeeper, and in the end, just a little slide dink over the 2 defenders there. The man on the line couldn't get it away, and it is 4-0 to West Bromwich Albion. So a very, very solid result. It's going to be our biggest win of the season so far, or actually one of our biggest wins of the season. We beat Everton 5-1, didn't we? But still one of our biggest wins of the season so far. It is how the game finished as well. So a deserved victory. We played much better than Copenhagen. That chance at the end there for them was pretty much the only attempt they had in the entire game. We deserved the victory. A good performance, a clean sheet as well is always nice, and yeah, a very, very decent result there, and I was very happy to get it. So 4-0 the final score, and following that we saw the results, and also that Jake Powell wanted to play in this game against Sunderland, back in the Premier League as Sunderland come to take us on at the Hawthorns here, back in the league. And as you can see by my team, once again reverting to our strongest first 11, and that's what I've been really doing ever since the start of the season. You know, basically in the midweek games, always dropping about 7 or 8 players, and then coming back to our strongest first 11, because the Champions League is an important tournament. Don't get me wrong, it's one of the most important tournaments you can play in, obviously for any club. But for me, we won it last year. And I know we won the Premier League last year as well, but I don't know why in career mode, but I always seem to find the Premier League a little bit more, I guess just a little bit more high up in my list of priorities than the Champions League. I don't know why that is exactly, because most people would probably prefer the Champions League, but for me, in those midweek games, especially when you're taking on a side who, no disrespect to them, but a side who aren't going to cause you too many problems, at least you wouldn't think so, it's probably good to rest the players and give them a night off. But still, we take on Sunderland here for the second game of today's episode here, and the first chance would fall here as Wayne Rooney plays the ball forward towards Mbanyang here, takes it over the halfway line and runs at Billy Jones, the former West Brom fullback, plays it over the top towards Wayne Rooney, one-on-one with Pantilimon, and he ends up rounding the goalkeeper and turning it in and making it West Brom 1, Sunderland 0. So Wayne Rooney getting the goal there, nice little ball over the top towards Rooney by Mbanyang, holds off the challenge of the last man, rounds Pantilimon there, didn't even need a fake shot or anything, he just went to ground and he rode the challenge of the giant goalkeeper and made it 1-0 as he put the ball into the empty net. So West Brom 1, Sunderland 0, and we take the lead in this game. And as you can see here, as Mbanyang's running at Bruno Alves here just before the half-time mark, he keeps on going, beats the Portuguese centre-back, cuts inside, and then shoots, but Pantilimon makes the save, and Sunderland get the ball away. So good chance there, but unfortunately for us, we couldn't extend the lead to 2 goals. And just after the half-time mark here, Lee Catamol collects the ball for Sunderland and slides it through towards Marco Lavaja down his right-hand side. He takes on Carlos Zambrano and beats him. He keeps on going, and number 10 whips in across to the far post, and Jack Rodwell heads the ball past Joe Hart and makes it West Bromwich Albion 1, Sunderland 1. So he beats his former teammate, and the former City and Everton midfielder turns it in and gives Sunderland a bit of a surprise equaliser here, because they hadn't done too much. They weren't playing badly or anything, they hadn't done too much to threaten us, and in the end, what a ball that is by the number 10, and Jack Rodwell's header was placed inside that near post. So West Brom 1, Sunderland 1, and Sunderland are back on level terms here. But in the 55th minute, Andre Carrillo finds Ricardo Rodriguez, who picks out Kevin Savanier. Our scout future star strikes it, and Costel Pantilimon makes a very good save, and the former City goalkeeper turns it away. So good save by the Romanian there, and it is still West Bromwich Albion 1, Sunderland 1. But in the 63rd minute, Niang's on the ball and holds it up and finds Wayne Rooney. Rooney slides the ball through towards Angel Di Maria. The two former United men link up. Di Maria comes forward, looking for his second goal in a West Bromwich Albion shirt, but again, it's a great save by the giant goalkeeper Pantilimon, turning it behind for a corner, and it was still 1-1. And in the 70th minute here, a great chance for Sunderland to win it. Liam Brigcutt finding Adam Johnson, great cross to the far post, and Lecadia winning the header, but thankfully for us, it cannons off the bar. We head it back to Joe Hart and go on a counter, and thankfully for us, we are saved by the woodwork. So still 1-1, and from that we did indeed counter. Rooney slid the ball forward towards Niang, who took his time, touched it round the last man, and smashed the ball in with his weaker foot. And it is just elation here at the Hawthorns, because Niang gets us the goal to put us in front in this game 18 minutes before time. And the Sunderland players, they must have been absolutely devastated, because they were just so close, inches away from scoring a goal that would have put them in front of this game at the Hawthorns to possibly end our long unbeaten run in the Premier League. But instead, we go on a counter and grab what surely will be the winning goal. And from this corner here, as Rodriguez slides it out wide towards Jordan Henderson, he finds Di Maria, and the points are secured as Di Maria scores in the 82nd minute here. In the end, though, it does actually go down as an own goal through Bruno Alves. But even so, it is indeed West Bromwich Albion 3, Sunderland 1. We are going to claim the 3 points in this game. It was a very, very, very strange game, because it genuinely could have gone either way. It was on a knife edge, really, but in the end we did prevail with the 3 points. Again, you could possibly say fortunately so, to be honest, because although we did play quite well, Pantilimon had to make a couple of good saves, because they were so close to scoring that, what could have been a winning goal for them in the second half. I guess in the end you have to say, thankfully, we did indeed manage to get through with the 3 points there. I would have taken a draw draw after they hit the bar, and our long unbeaten run does continue in the Premier League. But following that, we did indeed simulate the last game of today's episode. It was at home to Burnley. They were in a relegation zone. We were at home. We're on a really, really good run. I couldn't see us losing the game, to be honest, and as you'll see, we do end up winning this game as well. And again, a reminder, I won't be simulating every game. It's just every one here and there. It will probably be the last simulated game we do, to be honest, but just, here and there to speed things up a little bit in games where we're surely going to get the 3 points, just to get us through the season a little bit quicker. And there you go. As you'll see, we do beat Burnley, which is great, and Andre Carrillo's injury is only going to be a week. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's episode. I really do hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed today's episode of Career Mode, then please do leave a like, and I will see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.